Hello there, some big changes in the weather pattern as we head into the Christmas period. Over the weekend, not only was it windy, it was also colder, the air originating from Greenland and Iceland. This was polar maritime air mass, and there was some winteriness in the showers as well. But the winds are easing down, the low pressure that brought the windy weather moving away, and during Monday we'll start to introduce some milder air coming in from the Atlantic. Now ahead of that, for the eastern side of the UK, it's going to be quite cold. There'll be some early sunshine, the winds will drop, and it will tend to cloud over a bit more through the day. For much of the day, though, it will be quite cloudy for these western areas. And with a weak weather front arriving, this is where we'll see a bit of light rain or drizzle. But eventually, those temperatures creeping up close to double figures in the afternoon. Further east, where it's dry, but the cloud will be increasing. It's going to be quite cold, perhaps no better than 4 or 5 degrees. That colder air, though, is going to get pushed away, and instead we've got milder conditions as we head into Christmas Eve. The air originating all the way from the tropics. This time it's tropical maritime air mass. With a long sea track, it tends to come with a lot of cloud, and that's what we'll see on Tuesday, Christmas Eve. May well be thick enough to give a little light rain or drizzle, mainly for western Scotland, where we've got somewhat stronger breezes, but elsewhere the winds are going to be a lighter and quite a change in those temperatures. We've got highs of 13, possibly even 14 degrees on Christmas Eve, and those temperatures aren't going to drop very much at all as Santa arrives overnight, and we're still in this mild air mass for Christmas Day. There is colder air to the northwest of the UK. The boundary between the two is that weather front there, and that's producing a bit of rain that's going to clip the far northwest of Scotland. Otherwise, it looks like it's going to be dry. Again, any sunshine on Christmas Day will be a bonus. There'll be a lot of cloud around. The winds will be light for most of us, and it's still going to be mild for the time of year. Temperatures 11 or 12 degrees, so not quite as mild as the day before. But the weather pattern isn't really changing very much at all. You've got higher pressure to the south of the UK. That weather front not really moving very far. May well bring a little bit of rain further south, maybe towards the central belt of Scotland and northern parts of Northern Ireland. But to the south across England and Wales, it's dry and again quite cloudy, some quite low cloud, perhaps across the Midlands and eastern England. Temperatures again 10 or 11 degrees. North of that rain in the far north of Scotland, things are just a little bit chillier here. But again, we've still got this rain running towards the northwest of Scotland, maybe moving away from Northern Ireland. Still a lot of cloud for Friday, so conditions not really changing very much at all. And those temperatures typically 10 or 11 degrees. So very quiet weather for the Christmas week. It's not going to be a white Christmas. It's more likely to be a grey Christmas because we've got milder air that's heading our way, and there's going to be a lot of cloud. Certainly not going to be as windy as it's been over the weekend, and for many parts it's going to be fine and dry. And things may not change a great deal for the outlook either. High pressure still very close by. This weather front not really knowing whether it's coming or going, bringing the threat of some rain into the far northwest. That could slide further into the UK as we head towards the new year. But until then, the weather pattern isn't really changing very much. There's going to be a lot of cloud, not quite as mild. Typical temperatures 8 or 9 degrees, and it may be just a little bit chillier overnight, particularly if the cloud does break. Goodbye.